Hi guys, how is it going? In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about CPA Core 2 exam. I'll tell you guys about three key differences I found about Core 2 versus Core 1, and then I'll give you guys three tips that I thought helped me pass CPA Core 2 exam. So first off is, what are some differences between Core 1 versus Core 2? The first question you guys are probably wondering is Core 2 easier or harder versus Core 1? This depends on the individual. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, which caters to each module. To me personally, I found Core 2 to be harder than Core 1. So for example, during the exam for Core 1, I spent 1 hour and 15 minutes for the case, for the written part. But for Core 2, I spent an hour and 30 minutes to finish writing the case. So this was 15 minutes longer, and I ended up having to rush my multiple choice. Because Core 2, it's a bit more broad, so you're utilizing different financial tools, calculations, so you're doing a quantitative analysis, and then you're applying a qualitative analysis after. And for me, for me it was hard because I wasn't sure what would be enough. Versus Core 1, it's very concise and direct compared to Core 2, because you identify the standard, so in Core 1 you identify the standard, and then you interpret it, and then you provide a recommendation on how the company can comply. So it's very concise, it's very direct to the point. Versus Core 2, you're not only doing a quantitative analysis, but you're also applying a qualitative analysis, which to me I thought took up more time. The second key difference between Core 1 versus Core 2 is how you approach the case. In Core 1, you're asking yourself, what relevant standard should I apply and interpret for this situation? How can I provide recommendations so that the company can comply or make adjustments to comply to the standard? Versus in Core 2, you'll ask yourself, what financial analysis tools and formulas can I apply to this situation? How can I provide recommendations that will optimize profitability for the company? And then qualitatively, how the company can align their operations and activities with their mission, values, and goals. The third key difference is what sections you'll be focusing on. In Core 1, it was mostly financial reporting and tax. In Core 2, you'll be focusing more heavily into managerial accounting, finance, and strategy and governance. I'll go over three tips on what I thought helped me pass CPA Core 2. So the first tip is, so when you approach a case, imagine, what if this was my business? Imagine if it was your own business, or if you're consulting for a family member, someone you care about. And I'll tell you why. When you treat every case like if the scenario was your own personal business and it was your own personal profit, or a profit for someone you care about, it makes you care. And when you care, you will naturally perform better on the case. You will find ways, or you will make a way to optimize profit for this situation. You will find a way, or you will make a way to provide a better analysis or a solution to the situation. Another thing is, you know more than you think, especially if in your mind your money was on the line. You'll find a way, or you'll make a way to make it work. And plus, if you're doing CPA, you must have finished an undergrad in business, so you do have a basic foundation on how business works and how to form at least a reasonable and coherent strategy for the case. Second tip is do. In Core 1, you can get away with just reading and memorizing. In Core 2, you must do. Do not just read, do. So knowing when and how to apply analysis tools for situations and scenarios. For example, if it's evaluating investments, you can apply three tools such as calculating ROI, residual income, and gross profit margin, and using those three tools to compare and interpret the situation. So reprioritize your activities. Your order of significance should be doing your case, and then doing your multiple choice questions, and then your ebook readings are at the bottom of the ladder. Rather than reading the assigned ebook readings, try and do the ebook practice questions and redo the multiple choice questions. And last but not least, my last tip for you guys is, once you've finished studying and covering every section that you feel you need to, try to re-summarize all the things you know and all the things you learned into one sheet, back to back. If you know your stuff well enough, you can concisely summarize it into one sheet. on this sheet, you'll summarize all the quantitative analysis tools that you can use for that situation. And for qualitative analysis, you should concisely summarize 3 pros and cons for that situation. So for example, debt financing versus equity financing, 3 pros and cons for that. And then make or outsourcing, 3 pros and cons for that. So this video can go along with my previous video. I made a video on how to pass CPA Core 1. You might find that video useful in how to pass your CPA Core 2 as well. You can find a link to that video in the description. So thanks again, guys. If your comment, likes, and subscription helps a lot. So if you guys thought this was helpful, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I wish you guys the best of luck in your Core 2 exam.